All right, for the record, this is our second take here. Riley fucked up the first one. He talked, and we don't do Riley talking, you know what I mean? Pendulum squat. This is another benefit of training at an awesome gym that you get to train at. The bottom line is most gyms don't have this, but if it is something that's in your gym, make sure you let your coach know, because we love to program the pendulum squat. It's unique in the sense that it has a little bit of a different resistance curve. We talked already about the leg press and the hack squat as other squat variations, right? And we told you on the hack squat that loads predominantly in the lengthened position. Same thing with the leg press. Those load and they're most heavy in that lengthened position, right? This one is unique in the sense it allows you to get to the bottom, and it actually offloads at the very bottom with very little to no resistance down there. So it allows you to get really deep in that knee flexion, just like Riley's showing you here, and then it starts to load as you extend your knee through. So it loads most predominantly through the mid-range here, okay? And again, all those other pieces of equipment we talked about, the hack squat, the leg press, they'll load through the mid-range too, but the hardest position there is that bottom range. That's what keeps people from getting really deep within those. They get scared. You know, this one you shouldn't be that scared of as long as you have a weight that you can handle realistically. You want to make sure that you get that full knee flexion here. That's the whole point of this machine and why it's really efficient for training the quads. Few things to think of here is you want to make sure that your feet placement is in a position where you can get full knee flexion extension without your heel coming up at the bottom. That's something that we see a lot on this piece of equipment, is people coming down, and then as they come up, they're riding off the heel of their foot and onto the ball. Go ahead and show them. We want to stay away from that. That was a very slight, wasn't very good acting by Riley. Usually we'll see it a little bit more aggressively than that. We want to make sure that we stay away from that. It's going to drive a lot more force through the knee than we want to. And then the other thing that we see a lot is as people are coming up and they're really struggling on this, their butt is coming off the back pad. Don't do that either. Let's make sure that we lock down, and part of this is making sure that we have a good point of contact here, a good point of contact here, and then what we're trying to do is get down to the bottom of this with full knee flexion. Your hamstring should be touching your calf on this. If you're not, you're doing it wrong. And then from there, what you want to think about is you're pushing that platform away, and you're thinking extension of the knee, but this point of contact never leaves. But the last thing you want to be thinking about is just pushing up through this shoulder pad. You really want to think about push that platform away. This is your point of contact with the pad, and you can press against that, and then boom, it's just full knee extension through there. But again, if you have this piece of equipment, let your coach know. Let your coach know this is one of the better pieces of equipment we can program for quad training.